So this reading kind of just came to my mind, and so I didn't really prepare for it. But I wanted to talk about this idea of our career versus our purpose. I think that these things don't necessarily always equate. People can have, great jobs, great, careers and stuff like that, but then they actually feel out more purpose at raising children. And because it doesn't pay the bills, raising children, although it is a very, very hard job, some may say the hardest job, then they must go find out something else that they are that they remotely like doing. If we're blessed, we get to do something that we like doing. But I think that careers are not always the same as your purpose. I feel our career is our obligation to society, as souls that may have lived many, many lifetimes, right? We have this thing that we have to fulfill in our life. So let's just say I've had many, many different jobs. You can skip ahead, by the way, group number 1, 2, and 3. So I've had many, many jobs. I'm one of those people who kind of get bored easily and have had to kind of change my environment and change my job. And I didn't really like settling. I love traveling and stuff like that. So was all that time that I worked for a company worthless? No, that I feel that was karma that I needed to pay off. So the 10th house is our job. The 10th house is our career. It's our public image. But our purpose truly lies in the whole chart. The whole chart kind of can give us an idea of what we feel we have to do, especially when it comes to your ascendant and where your ascendant lord is. This is a whole discussion on astrology, but it's not just that. It's all encompassing. And so our purpose is not some kind of a destination that we're going to magically reach someday and that we're going to be fulfilled. Our purpose continuously changes. When you are a child, your purpose is to have fun, be imaginative, to learn, right? To feed your curiosities. And some of us didn't really get to have that as a child. Maybe we had to grow up early, and that truly was also our purpose. We had to fulfill it. Maybe we had to be actual parents to our parents because maybe in the past lifetime we owe them that. From the past lifetime we owe them that. You know what I mean? And so I think it's kind of unhealthy to kind of equate purpose with career, because we will always feel unfulfilled, as within so without, right? So if we feel that this thing in our career is gonna make us fulfilled, then when we get there, that's just the end, isn't it? That's just the end, and there's no growth. And as humans, as souls, we have to continuously grow and learn. And so it's okay to change our mind, it's okay to change our direction. And a purpose is not just one point in our journey. And so in this reading, I feel like I want to talk about what are you meant to do in this life? Not just in your career, but who are you meant to be? How are you meant to express it? What journey are you meant to go on? And all that kind of stuff. And I know this is not like a clean and concise topic or title, but I hope someone can kind of resonate with this whole idea and kind of feel okay with where they are right now. Just because you feel like you don't have your dream career, or that what you do to earn money is not quite fulfilling to you. Of course, it's good to strive for a career that we love doing, and if you're lucky, you'll get there. But I feel like there's just so much more to us than our job or our career. And through history, through indoctrination, through everything that we have learned, our educational system, we kind of equate success with having a job that we enjoy doing, or having a job that is well paying. And we're constantly in search of that. And so I feel like I just want to relax here and let you know that this is not a race, even though, they may have made you believe it's a race. And there's no finish line, really. And you are actually, right now, as we speak, you're living your purpose already. Okay? But this is just to kind of guide you, give you an overall idea of what the heck it is that you are meant to do in this lifetime as you. All right, so we have group number 1, 2, and 3. Okay, group number one, what do we got? We have the skunk card. I love that. So the skunk, right? It's very threatening. Even though it has such a tiny body and it can't really hurt you or kill you, it packs a punch. You know, whenever you roll out the window, you might smell some skunk outside and it's like, ugh, ugh. It's disgusting, right? And it's like, it has such a powerful scent. And so what you're meant to do is you're meant to be so unique. You're not meant to, you're meant to protect yourself and other people. But the thing is, you need to let down your guard, right? You need to let down your guard in this life. You might feel so worried or so threatened by what's happening around you because you're very sensitive, very sensitive. You sense danger very easily. So this becomes a survival mechanism for you, but at the same time, it may have prevented you from really going to get what it is that you want to get in this life, or to be yourself, or to express yourself, because you are in this survival mode. But I want to tell you, like, you are so powerful. You might, the skunk, it's real cute. It's real cute, but nobody wants to have a skunk as a pet, and they're not actually meant to be pets either anyways, unless they need to be rehabilitated or whatever it is. But the skunk card is like just saying, did you forget that you're like one of the most threatening and powerful energies out there? A skunk can't kill anybody. A skunk can't cause like really permanent damage, right, to your physical health. But at the same time, it can really deter you from things. And so the skunk really wants to remind you that you have you're here to build like a really powerful reputation, okay? But when I tell you this, you might not feel that way. You're like, I don't really want to be known. I don't want to be like notorious in a good way. I just want to hide away. But the thing is, you might not feel comfortable with that because you're meant to do it. You get what I'm saying? Like, sometimes the things that we're scared of, we have to overcome. Because in this life, you're meant to build this reputation. You're meant to have this like I dare you attitude. I dare you to come near me. I dare you to try to bring me down. You can't do that. I'm freaking powerful. Don't you know that once you smell me, you can't get me off of you? You got a signature scent, not quite literally, right? But it's like you got this signature energy that when people come around you, they can't forget you. They can't get rid of you. You are always on their mind. And you're meant to do this by exploring your uniqueness, allowing your uniqueness to come out, your own scent. You know what I mean? What do we got here? Okay. Yeah, and you're meant to like work with people. You're meant to work with people and to show your personality to the world, right? What do you really want? Quit telling yourself that, oh no, actually I don't really want that. I don't really want to make that happen. I just want to be behind the shadows. I just want to do my own thing. But it's like, what was that skunk character? I forgot his name. Pepe Le Pew or something. I don't know. You know how like he's got this like exuding this like charisma and just this, pheromones and this beautiful, like, it doesn't matter what gender you identify as, like you are sexy. You're sexy in the best way possible. You've got something that is just so mesmerizing and intoxicating, and you're meant to explore that. Look at that. We got Jupiter. Okay, we have third house. So you're meant to use your sense of communication. It's like when a skunk doesn't need to announce its presence. You get what I'm saying? It's like the skunk doesn't need to say, hey guys, I'm here. Before you even see the skunk, you smell it already. Rest in peace to my grandma, and also the skunk that she ran over. And she was trying to clean her car because, if you run over a skunk, by the way, she didn't do it on purpose. We used to live in the middle of like nowhere where there were a lot of deers and skunk, you know how it is. But so she ran over the the skunk in her car stunk so bad. You can't get that smell out, right? Like I said, you can't get your scent out. When you pass by, it's just so intoxicating. It's just, people just fall in love with your essence and your energy. So don't hide away this thing that you got, this power that you got, right? So anyways, rest in peace to both of them. She tried to clean her car with this mop, okay? And after she cleaned her car off, it still stunk, but she did her best to try to clean it. She ran that mop under water and wrung it out. You know, the usual steps of trying to clean out the mop. And then she put the mop in the garage and the whole house stunk. Listen, when you're trying to clean like skunk smell out, you gotta throw that away. You think you're gonna reuse that mop? There's no way. That smell is gonna be there forever. Not only that, it's gonna smell up a whole house. So I'm just saying, okay, it's just, you got something really great. And then with the Jupiter card, you're meant to teach people. Okay, in whatever you decide to do, there is this kind of teacher like energy. There is this like leader like energy that people are meant to follow you. Okay, listen, when a raccoon looks at a skunk, for example, or when a rat or a squirrel looks at a skunk, it might say, wow, that guy has so much power. What the heck? I wish I had that ability to make humans squirm in my presence, and humans feel threatened in my presence, right? The thing is, you guys also, growing up, not that it was anybody's fault, right? But you may have felt that you had to suppress this power that you had because other people were threatened by it and they didn't know what to do with it. It's not like they wanted to pull you down per se. I don't know what their intention was, but it's like you had so much punch and like uniqueness, and you may have had this like strong I know it's Jupiter right here, but I feel like you have strong like Uranus or North Node energy or something like Mars, strong Mars or something. It's like, God, you got that lot of power that people didn't know what to do with it. So people are like, just stop. You're too much. You're too extra. You're too loud. You're talking too much. It's like, are you really going to wear that outside? Are you really going to dye your hair? Are you really going to shave your hair off? Are you really going to do all of that? You know what I mean? Or you may have felt that you were not from this era. Like, maybe you used to dress like you were from, I don't know, the 1800s or like, you know, 60s or 70s, way before you were born. Like, you may have been dressed like that because it's like this, God, it's the reason why you came back is because you have unfinished business. You have unfinished business. Like I said, this purpose that you're meant to fulfill, or what you're meant to do in general, not just your purpose, because you're already living your purpose, but what you're meant to do is to finish some unfinished business, because you left such a stink behind in the past lifetime. And it's like, you got to come back. You know, there's more to you. There's more to you. You thought that was bad. You thought that bad sounds kind of negative, but you thought that's all you got. No, you got more. Okay, so the Jupiter expanding card is just saying, like, you're meant to first of all, you're meant to travel. You're meant to kind of explore the world. Okay, you're meant to go outside of your comfort zone, your little tiny neighborhood, and you're meant to explore. You're meant to connect with the world. You're meant to connect with people from different backgrounds. You're meant to learn. You know, the Jupiter card, you're meant to be spiritual. You're meant to learn through spirituality. You're meant to be a teacher. You're meant to leave a legacy behind. Okay, and you're meant to share your wisdom. And the way that you're going to be doing that is through your siblings, your friendships, communication, even short distance travel. Okay, whatever it is, you're meant to use this skill that you have. You're meant to develop this skill and to share that through the modes of communication. And the thing is, oh, look at that. So we have Parvati. So this means that you're not meant to wait for anybody else. Okay, you're not here to be told what to do. You are here to really be in your element, and just being yourself really attracts all the things that you want in life. Okay, because this is saying that you have something that is totally irresistible that nobody can deny if you can really be in your element and focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Focus on your devotion. Focus on your spirituality. Focus on concentrate, practice makes perfect. And through this self-transformation, the way that you used to view yourself is not the truth. You really have this power that's intoxicating, that is very attractive, that will lead you to really, Jupiter and this Parvati. This is about spirituality. You're meant to kind of teach spirituality or influence people in a spiritual way. When I say you're meant to do something, it doesn't mean your career, okay? It can be if this is what your aspirations are, but a mother can even do this. You see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be what you get paid to do, but even someone that, like your favorite aunt or your favorite teacher, teachers got paid to do that, but they went above and beyond and have this really expansive influence on you, so what I see here is this, like, you're meant to, in your close group, or communication, or traveling, or people who have different backgrounds, and you're meant to share your spiritual wisdom with other people, okay? And yeah, it's this like journey of enlightenment for you. This is what truly what you're meant to do. And yeah, that is what I see for you, group number 1. All right, group number 2. Here is your card. What do we got? We got the deer card. Look at that. Oh my gosh, immediately I'm remembering Bambi, and I'm traumatized. I don't know if that was a movie that should have been shown to children, especially at such a young age, because I could still cry thinking about it. But the deer card, it's about gentleness. It's about kindness, right? And compassion. Remember how the mom sacrificed herself for her baby deer, Bambi. And just like Bambi, you may have witnessed or experienced a lot of trauma, unfortunately, especially because you were kind. Despite the hardships that you may have gone through, you always stayed kind and compassionate. And that's like a two-edged sword, or double-edged sword, I mean to say. It's like, you want to be there, you want to be kind to people, but at times you may have been taken advantage of because of that, or you may have been led to believe that you're weird. You're weird because of that. It's like, why is it that, like, I go above and beyond for people? Why is it that I'm so kind and nobody cares? It's like nobody gives a crap. Why is that? Why is it that I'm the one that gets burned by being so vulnerable? But vulnerability is the strongest thing that a person can have, and I want you to realize that. You know this now, right? You know that. And it could have been something to do with your home, your family, your mother, your upbringing, your childhood, the number 4, that made you feel like, oftentimes I really got mad at my parents. And I'm going to talk about myself here because I'm on the verge of crying. Like, I feel so sensitive with this card. They meant well, right? They meant well, but they were like, oh, if someone slaps you on your left cheek, show them the right cheek, be the bigger person, they always told me. And so I try to be the bigger person, but oftentimes I felt like it was a curse. Like, what the heck? Why can't I be strong like other people? Why can't I just do my thing, not worry about other people or care about other people? Why am I so freaking sensitive? Why is everything making me so sad and angry and feel so many emotions at the same time, right? And some of you guys may have felt this way, like, I wish I wasn't born with such a big heart. I wish I didn't care so much. I wish I wasn't so sensitive. But the thing is, you're meant to do this. You're meant to do this. You're meant to be compassionate and caring. When you look in the eyes of the deer, you feel like love. You feel that innocence. And it doesn't mean that you're innocent in the best way possible. You always see the good side in people, right? So that's what I feel. It's like people may have meant to, I don't know what they meant, but it may, despite their intentions, whatever it was, it may have made you feel like, I gotta be hard, I gotta be strong, I gotta just not care. But how do I turn my emotions off, right? And because you're so sensitive, you may have felt, let's look at this. Yeah, because you're so sensitive, you may have felt that, you know, I don't know about today, right? But especially in your younger years, you may have dealt with a lot of anxiety or physical problems manifesting. Like, because you're so sensitive, you may have had a lot of stomach aches when you're nervous or when you're sad, or you may have had skin problems or headaches or breathing problems, because you just feel the energies of everything. And now, you don't have to be a vegan or vegetarian or anything like that, or plant-based, but I feel like since a young age you had a connection with animals and all living things, and so you understood, like, I'm not just eating a chicken nugget, but I'm eating a chicken. So you may have like asked a lot about to your parents, like, what is this? Is it a chicken? Is it an animal? Like, I don't want to eat it. Are they sad when I eat them? Like, you know, these questions. So you may have had like on and off points of being vegan or vegetarian, or thought about it, or just appreciated life. It doesn't mean that this is your, whatever you eat, it doesn't matter, but I'm just saying, like, you may have felt this above and beyond compassion for all living things when other people didn't really care. Like, let me get that barbecue, you know, let me get that, you know, honey mustard to dip my chicken nuggets in. You're like, no. But I want you to know, it's not all for nothing. This sensitivity and compassion for all living things that you were born with will be recognized. You know, it's an asset. It's not a curse. It's something that you are meant to have. We have Mars in Aries. Look at that. So you have very strong power too, right? So this to me is that you are meant to be courageous, stand up. You guys may have been people who stood up against bullies, even though you may have been bullied. You were like, okay, let me see. Can you see this better? Okay, there we go. You may have, you know, stood up against bullies, and you're like, why am I even doing this? Like, nobody cares. People are just watching this person get bullied. Nobody cares. But you were the one to step in and help out. The other thing is, because you have so much energy within you, you should use this to, and you might not like doing this. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. The suggestion is to do something that is competitive, something that is some kind of a sport, or working with weapons, you know, cooking, working with fire. This kind of stuff can be very good for you to let out your all that energy that you have within. And you're meant to go an independent path. Okay, you are meant to be an entrepreneur, or to work for yourself. You are meant to do what you truly desire doing, and you're meant to also kind of work in the field of healing other people. It could be through cooking, it could be through, you know, something to do with healthcare or sports or self-improvement or coach or some kind of thing like of that sort, where you direct people to a healthier lifestyle. Because you understand the pain that you had that manifested physically, like whatever it is. You may have had like you know, issues with food in the past. Like, let's just not really go into that, but you may have had that as well. And so now you understand, because you have grown out of this. It's like, okay, how do I bring health into the lives of other people? How do I make people feel more powerful? How do I empower people, right? How do I kind of go to this thing in an independent manner? So it's like you are meant to do something that's an independent path, okay? And you will be recognized for it. You got this red Aries Mars energy, right? So you will be recognized for the contribution that you put out into the world. And Ojas, so Ojas in this card right here, right, both talk about health. And so this is about you being so healthy, and you're making really good progress and changes in your everyday life, that it's being reflected outwardly. So a lot of you may, you know, compare yourself, like to your past, when you look at a picture and you're like, wow, like I look like a different person. I'm smiling now. I'm happy now. I'm glowing now. And other people see that in you too. Other people are like, wow, you are glowing. What did you do differently? It's because you decided to embrace the kindness and compassion that you have. You decided to embrace your fragile heart. You decided to change your health habits. You decided to be more assertive, you know, speak your truth. You decided to go your own way. And so Ojas is saying that this beauty is being reflected outward within you. And externally, people also recognize this. And that's why we have this Ojas in this card, which is recognition. Like, don't worry, you are going to go into a stable future. You will have more stability come into your life. And not only that, you know, people see that in you. People see and recognize a lot of the changes that you have made. And even though you have a gentle heart, you also have this so much power in you that you're going to allow yourself to be a leader, to lead, and especially in the field of like self-improvement, healthcare, food, nutrition, sports, that kind of stuff. Okay. And you might say, like, I don't really like sports, I don't really like working out. But once you do that, the serotonin that courses through your body, you will feel so good. You will feel so good because you got a lot of that energy that just needs to be expressed. All right, group number 2. Okay, group number 3. Let's find out. We have raccoon, my favorite. So raccoon is about playfulness. It's about looking for something, you know. It's about investigating, always on the lookout. But at the same time, you're so clean. You know, you got a clean getaway, right? I love raccoons because they wash things with their hands and they're so clean. Yet they dumpster dive. They like looking for hidden treasures. They like looking in a place where everyone else may have discarded things, thrown away things. They're like, oh, no, there's still something good here. So you're great at recycling. You're great at finding something that is of treasure, right? Something that is useful. But not only that, you like take it with your hands, right? And you're so dexterous. You're really good with your hands. You know what to do. You got a lot of skill sets. So it's not just like 1 or 2 things that you're good at. You got like a whole bunch of things in your arsenal that you're like, oh yeah, I used to do this and I used to do that. And, you know, I know how to sew this dress, but I also know how to clean a gutter, but I also know how to do this and find the best bargains. And, you know, you're just good at it, but you also are here to be a protector and to care for other people. Raccoon, also, you guys might be some really nocturnal people. Like when the sun goes down, your creativity level goes up, your energy level goes up, and you're like, you know, I wish that I could get up early in the morning and do some yoga, but the thing is, I am a night creature. You know, when the sun goes down, I just feel this energy. And so you really work behind the scenes because you know that there is more than what meets the eye, if you know what I mean. So you know, when the sun goes down, it's just like there's so much more possibility. And I feel like this is also about you kind of being very humorous in your approach. Whatever you decide to do, whatever you feel at purpose in doing, also involves using a light humor. You know, you don't have to be a comedian per se, but you like to do it with a little bit of flair, a little bit of humor, a little bit of teasing here and there, right? And that's truly the way that you are very, very approachable. Okay, connecting with nature. Like I said, you're very, very influenced by the cycles of the moon, of nature, by nature. Okay, you're meant to do something when it comes to nature. You have a strong purpose to fulfill in the realm of nature. Oh, look at that! I love it. Okay, you know, you can't let that spirit die in you. You got a lot of talent. And you might feel that, man, I wish I could just focus on one thing and then be an expert at it. This is oftentimes, I feel like, you know, you might get down on yourself, and you might feel like, man, I wish I could just be an expert in one thing rather than having shallow skills and knowledge and everything else. But no, you are a survivor. you will outlive and you will survive everyone, because it's like, you know what? Let me pull this out of my pocket. So you got a lot of tools, right? And what I was saying is that, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the 8th house. I got excited because of the 8th house here. So you're meant to, like I said, you're meant to do something behind the scenes. You're meant to be an investigator. You're meant to discover the mystery and mysticism of the world. You know, you're meant to really go into the field of occult investigation. You guys might be someone who's really interested in, like, you know, documentaries related to serial killers and all this kind of stuff, because you want to understand the psyche. Okay, and the 8th house really is about tarot and astrology as well. So you guys might be someone who really wants to understand the psyche and the psychology of other people. You like hidden things. You want to discover things, right? And the other thing I was saying, I just remembered it. You know how I was saying, like, you might have all these skills. That's why you're like, okay, this, that. So you may have had many jobs already. You know, when someone kind of stuck to 1 or 2 jobs, you're like, oh, well, I worked in the restaurant. I also did some entertainment. I have a YouTube channel. You know, I was also in advertisement. I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter what it is, but it's like you have so many things that you have done in your life already, because you are all about survival and all about just following your bliss. And that's what you're meant to do. So it's not a mistake. Okay, let me tell you this right now. It's not a mistake. If you dropped out of school, if you know, one day you wanted to pursue psychology, the next minute you want to pursue something else, entertainment, doesn't matter. Okay, you are meant to explore everything. That's the raccoon. You're meant to really get down and dirty, use your hands, use your skills, and obtain skills and wisdom through all the experiences. So that's really the 8th house. It's about transformation, right? So you've had to go through a lot of transformation. You've had to wear a different type of masks. You have to do this, you had to do that. But the thing is, it's all like leading you to you leaving your legacy behind, because the North Node is saying you're meant to, you know, with the North Node, this could also be like anything related to traveling, technology, something related to the future, like future thinking. And the North Node in the 8th house, like, you're meant to pursue this. You're meant to go through a lot of transformations. You're meant to investigate. You're meant to be using your mystical powers and all of that kind of stuff, you know. Some of you may have been to witchcraft at one point, you know, that's all of that. And yeah, and that's what I see here with the Ajna too, right? This is the 3rd eye chakra, and so this is where you're at. You're here, and you're so smart. Have you ever seen that raccoon video? Someone gives the raccoon like cotton candy, and it tries to wash it, because the raccoon tries to wash everything that they eat. And after the 2nd try, they're like, wait a minute, no, I'm just gonna eat it without washing it, because when I try to wash it, it just all gets dissolved into the water. So you really have a really intelligent mind, you know, and you're meant to use that in terms of anything related to spirituality, anything related to intuition, following your intuition, following your investigative skills, going back to nature. and that's okay if you're a night person, doesn't matter. Go with your flow, do your own thing, right? And do something that's playful, because this card really talks about going back to this is one of my like favorite words, which is roughly translated to first heart, the beginning of the heart, right? So it's like you're meant to do something going back to your childhood, going back to following your bliss, whatever the heck it is that you want to do. Get back to that first feeling, okay? And it's okay if that means, you know, hopping from one thing to the other, just to pursue that bliss, to pursue that first feeling. Allow it. All right, that's what I see.